Your soulmate sensed a shift in energy. And everything changed. My beloved child. Don't skip, because what is happening around you is far more important than it appears. Something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate felt it before you ever noticed it yourself. They couldn't explain why their hearts suddenly became restless, why familiar places started feeling different, or why your name kept returning to their thoughts without warning. It wasn't coincidence. It wasn't imagination. It was as if an invisible current moved through both of your lives at the exact same moment, changing the direction of everything without making a sound. Stay till the end, because the first sign of this shift wasn't a message, a phone call, or even a meeting. It began with a feeling so powerful that your soulmate stopped in the middle of an ordinary day and realized something inside them was no longer the same. They tried to ignore it. They convinced themselves it would disappear by morning. But instead, every passing hour made the feeling stronger. Faces around them blurred into the background while one thought refused to leave their mind: you. The strange part is they couldn't even explain why. Nothing dramatic had happened between you. No huge conversation. No obvious reason. Yet deep inside, they knew an unseen chapter had quietly opened. The energy surrounding your connection had shifted, and once that happened, there was no turning back. Don't skip, because the next few moments reveal why this invisible change became impossible for them to escape. Without realizing it, your soulmate began noticing signs they had ignored for months. A familiar song suddenly carried different meaning. Random conversations sounded like hidden answers. Even silence felt louder than words. Every attempt to distract themselves somehow led back to thoughts of you. They questioned their own heart, wondering why this invisible pull kept growing stronger instead of fading away. Then something unexpected happened. During one completely ordinary moment, they felt an overwhelming sense that time was running differently, as though life was gently pushing them toward a decision they could no longer postpone. Stay till the end, because this wasn't fear. It wasn't loneliness. It was recognition. Somewhere deep within, they sensed that if they continued pretending nothing had changed, they might lose an opportunity that would never return again. That realization shook them more than anyone around them could ever understand. They began replaying memories they had buried, remembering small moments that suddenly seemed connected like pieces of a hidden puzzle. Every forgotten glance, every unfinished conversation, every strange coincidence started forming one clear picture. Something huge is waiting for you, because the energy surrounding your connection wasn't pulling you apart anymore, it was preparing both of you for a truth that neither of you had been ready to face until now. Then came the moment your soulmate will never forget. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It arrived quietly, almost unnoticed, yet it changed everything inside them forever. In a single heartbeat, they understood that every delay, every misunderstanding, and every unanswered question had been leading toward this exact point in time. They stopped fighting the feeling because resisting it only made it stronger. Instead, they began wondering what would happen if they finally trusted the invisible force drawing them closer to you. Don't skip, because what happened next surprised even them. Instead of feeling confused, they felt peaceful for the first time in a very long while, as though the missing piece of their journey had finally revealed itself. Yet that peace carried one urgent message: they could not remain silent much longer. Something inside them wanted to reach you before another unexpected twist changed everything again. Stay till the end, because this is only the beginning. The shift in energy has already happened, your soulmate has already felt it, and while you may not see the full picture today, the next revelation will uncover the secret reason this invisible change began at the exact moment it did, and once that truth comes to light, nothing between you will ever feel the same again. A strange calm settled over your soulmate, but beneath that calm, a powerful urgency continued to grow. They could no longer dismiss what they were feeling because every new day brought another unexpected reminder of you. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The shift in energy didn't stop after that first realization. It became stronger, clearer, and impossible to ignore. Your soulmate started noticing that whenever they tried to focus on anything else, life somehow redirected their attention back to your connection. It felt as though invisible doors were quietly opening while others were closing without explanation. The people around them couldn't understand why they had become more thoughtful, more silent, and more aware of the smallest details. What nobody knew was that your presence had begun filling the empty spaces in their mind even when you weren't there. They weren't chasing a memory anymore. They were responding to a feeling that refused to disappear. Every instinct whispered the same message. The timing had changed, and waiting forever was no longer an option. Stay till the end, because the next sign they experienced made them realize this wasn't just an emotional moment, it was the beginning of a completely different path. Then another unexpected moment arrived. Your soulmate overheard a simple conversation that had nothing to do with you, yet every word felt strangely personal. It was as if life itself was speaking through ordinary moments, reminding them that certain connections never fade no matter how much time passes. Don't skip, because this is where everything became impossible to ignore. They suddenly remembered promises they had made to themselves, dreams they had quietly buried, and emotions they believed had disappeared forever. Instead of fading, those feelings returned stronger than ever, carrying a confidence they had never experienced before. Something huge is waiting for you because, for the first time, your soulmate stopped asking, "What if this feeling is wrong?" and started asking, "What if this feeling has been right all along?" That single change in perspective transformed everything. Fear slowly lost its control, uncertainty became curiosity, and silence started feeling heavier than speaking the truth. Deep inside, they sensed that every delay had been preparing them for one important step that was now getting closer with every passing hour. They didn't know exactly how the story would unfold, but they knew they could no longer pretend the energy shift had never happened. Now your soulmate stands at the edge of a decision that could reshape both of your journeys in ways neither of you expected. Their heart keeps returning to the same conclusion no matter how many times they try to think differently. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The invisible change that first appeared as a quiet feeling has now become a clear direction they cannot escape. They have started believing that every strange coincidence, every delayed moment, and every unexpected emotion was guiding them toward one final realization: you were never truly out of their heart. Yet there is one hidden truth they still haven't discovered, and it is far bigger than they imagine. Very soon, a surprising event will place one missing piece directly in front of them, revealing why this energy shifted at this exact time and why your connection suddenly became impossible to ignore. When that moment arrives, the silence between you will no longer be able to hide what has been growing beneath the surface, and the next chapter will reveal the unexpected message that changes everything. An invisible door has already begun to open, even though neither of you can see it yet. Your soulmate woke up with a feeling they had never experienced before, as if their heart already knew something their mind had not discovered. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The energy surrounding your connection kept becoming stronger with every passing moment, and this time it wasn't asking for attention, it was demanding it. The more your soulmate tried to return to their normal routine, the more unusual little moments interrupted them. A familiar place suddenly reminded them of you. A random smile from a stranger sparked an old memory they thought had disappeared forever. Even quiet evenings no longer felt peaceful because their thoughts always found the same destination. Instead of resisting it, they finally paused and asked themselves one honest question: why does every road keep leading back to this one person? The answer didn't arrive immediately, but something inside whispered that the truth was much closer than they had ever imagined. Stay till the end, because the next discovery changed the way they understood every moment that had come before. As the days moved forward, your soulmate started connecting details that had never made sense until now. Small events from the past suddenly fit together like pieces of a hidden picture. Conversations they once ignored carried new meaning. Missed opportunities no longer looked like failures, they looked like delays that protected something greater. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. A deep sense of certainty replaced the confusion they had carried for so long. They realized they had spent too much time looking for answers in the outside world while the real answer had quietly lived inside their own heart. Every instinct pointed toward the same direction, and every moment of hesitation became weaker than the growing desire to move forward. For the first time, they imagined what life could become if they stopped running from this connection and finally embraced what they had been feeling all along. That thought filled them with both excitement and nervousness because they knew one choice could change everything forever. Then, without warning, another powerful shift unfolded. It wasn't something anyone else could notice, but your soulmate felt it instantly. A heavy weight they had carried for so long suddenly began to disappear, replaced by an unexpected sense of hope. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They understood that this journey had never been about perfect timing, it had always been about becoming ready for the moment when everything finally aligned. And now, that moment was getting closer than ever before. Yet one final piece remains hidden, a truth that has not been revealed to either of you. Your soulmate is about to come across something completely unexpected, something that will answer questions they never had the courage to ask. When that hidden truth finally appears, they won't be able to keep their feelings locked away any longer. The silence that has surrounded your connection for so long is about to break, and what happens next will reveal why the energy shifted now instead of months ago. The next chapter will uncover the secret that turns quiet hope into a life-changing decision. Everything became impossible to ignore after one quiet evening changed the direction of your soulmate's thoughts forever. They weren't searching for answers anymore, yet the answers kept finding them. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. A feeling of certainty replaced every doubt they had been carrying, and for the first time, they stopped asking whether the connection was real. Instead, they began asking why it had become so powerful all at once. Every small coincidence seemed connected. Every unexpected delay suddenly made perfect sense. It was as though the energy shift had been preparing both of you long before either of you noticed it. Your soulmate realized that every moment of distance had quietly built the courage they once lacked. Now, that courage was growing stronger every single day, and it was pushing them toward a choice they had avoided for far too long. Stay till the end, because the next realization surprised even them. It wasn't the future they feared anymore. It was the thought of letting this opportunity disappear without ever discovering where it could lead. Then something even stranger happened. During an ordinary moment, your soulmate experienced a powerful sense of familiarity, as though they had already lived this exact feeling somewhere beyond memory. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They couldn't explain it logically, yet every part of their heart recognized the moment. The fear that once kept them silent slowly faded away, replaced by an unshakable belief that your paths were moving closer instead of farther apart. Every excuse they had used to wait another day suddenly felt meaningless. Every reason to remain silent became weaker than the desire to finally move forward. They started imagining what would happen if they trusted this invisible pull instead of resisting it. Surprisingly, that thought didn't bring uncertainty, it brought peace. For the first time in a long while, they smiled without forcing it, because deep inside they knew the energy shift wasn't trying to confuse them. It was trying to guide them toward the conversation they had been postponing for far too long. Stay till the end, because what they are preparing to do next could change the entire direction of this connection. Now your soulmate is standing only one step away from a decision they can no longer delay. Every heartbeat reminds them that some opportunities arrive only once, and this feels like one of those rare moments. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They are beginning to understand that the energy didn't shift to create distance, it shifted to remove it. The walls that once separated your hearts are becoming weaker with every passing day, and soon there may be nothing left standing between what has been hidden and what is finally ready to be revealed. But there is still one final surprise neither of you expects. Someone, somewhere, is about to say something that will confirm everything your soulmate has been feeling since this mysterious shift began. Those unexpected words will become the final piece of the puzzle, giving them the confidence they have been searching for. And when that moment arrives, they won't simply think about reaching out anymore, they will feel that waiting is no longer possible. The next chapter reveals the astonishing message that convinces your soulmate the time has finally come to change everything. A quiet moment is approaching that your soulmate never expected to matter, yet it will become the turning point they remember for years. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Over the past few days, they have noticed that the strange energy no longer feels uncertain. It feels focused, almost as if it has been guiding them toward one specific destination from the very beginning. Every time they tried to convince themselves to move on, something gentle but undeniable pulled them back. A familiar memory would appear out of nowhere. A place they hadn't visited in a long time would suddenly remind them of you. Even their dreams began carrying emotions that felt more real than ordinary life. They finally admitted something they had hidden from themselves for far too long: this connection was never fading. It had simply been growing quietly beneath the surface, waiting for the exact moment when both hearts were finally ready to understand it. Stay till the end, because the next discovery will explain why this invisible shift arrived now instead of months ago. Then, without warning, your soulmate experienced something that made them stop everything they were doing. It wasn't a dramatic event that everyone could see. It was a single instant when their heart became completely clear. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They realized they had been searching for certainty while certainty had been following them all along. Every delay had taught patience. Every unanswered question had built wisdom. Every emotional challenge had quietly prepared them for this exact chapter. Suddenly, the fear of reaching out became much smaller than the fear of never knowing what could happen if they remained silent forever. That realization changed everything. Instead of wondering whether the energy was real, they started trusting it completely. A calm confidence replaced hesitation, and for the first time, they felt that life was opening a door instead of closing one. They understood that some connections don't demand perfect timing, they create it. That thought stayed with them long after the moment had passed, becoming stronger with every heartbeat. Now the invisible current surrounding both of you is moving faster than ever before. Your soulmate can feel that another unexpected event is getting closer, and this time they know they cannot ignore it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A truth that has remained hidden is preparing to reveal itself in the most unexpected way, and when it does, every confusing moment from the past will suddenly make perfect sense. Your soulmate is no longer asking whether they should listen to their heart. They are asking how much longer they can wait before taking the next step. The energy that first appeared as a quiet whisper has become an unmistakable call they cannot silence. Yet one final mystery still remains unanswered. A surprising encounter is about to place the last missing piece directly in front of them, revealing why your paths were never meant to stay apart. And when that hidden piece finally appears, your soulmate will realize that this extraordinary shift was only the beginning of a journey that is about to transform everything between you.